Hello and welcome to another update video about Terra Luna. Terra Luna is not really getting much higher at the moment, so we have here a series of higher highs, and now we are making a lower high, which is not a good sign. And we talked in the last video about the potential of a breakout out of this descending wedge. Well, that was 2 videos ago. We then broke out, and I told you that I'd be extremely careful and that I would want to see a retest, or that we would need to get above this previous rejection point at $95 and get a retest of that. Otherwise, I'd be extremely cautious, extremely careful, because we want to make sure that we get above that previous rejection point, retest it bullish, and then move higher. Now that didn't work out, so we actually moved a little bit higher, but we did not manage to retest it successfully as support. So consequently, we dropped down, and hopefully that prevented some of you to enter that long position, because at the moment at least it doesn't look like that Terra Luna is going to go up from here. At least this sort of bullish pattern has been invalidated now. I mean, not the pattern itself, but you're not having a breakout out of that pattern. Completely different to this bull flag that we talked about before the breakout happened. This was really like textbook-like, where we broke out, retested, moved higher with additional volume, and that was great. Now what you saw here was completely different. You didn't really break out, you moved sideways, you moved up a little bit but without volume, made a lower low, and then rejected here at $95, and I told you that we need to retest that bullish, otherwise it's not going to work out, and it didn't work out, and we are now back to square one here, back at around $89. So it looks very corrective at the moment. As we said already, from this high to this high to this high, the Terra Luna is losing steam at the moment. We could observe this bearish divergence on the chart. I think it was on the 4-hour chart probably, where we saw a higher high on the price chart but a lower high on the RSI, and to the next one as well. So bearish divergence, indicating that basically Terra Luna is losing steam. And even though Terra Luna made a higher high and a new all-time high, it still seems to have extreme difficulties to push much higher. And we are currently losing this ascending trend line that you can see there. There is a potential that we are losing it. I mean, Terra Luna is now below it. I mean, again, there are always different ways of drawing trend lines, and in the end it's always a little bit subjective. But if I go to the daily chart, you can see that this adheres quite well to the daily candles. So I could possibly move it a little bit lower. That would then assume that we are still above the trend line, but actually I don't want to, because we have found support here on the 8th of March on this trend line, and it currently looks like that for the first time here since the 1st of February, we are currently below this trend line. And if the daily candle closes below this trend line, so basically below $90, then I would consider that quite bearish, and that could indicate further price drops, because what you're seeing here, you already lost it here on the 13th of March a little bit. We could reclaim it though, that trend line, but now you're losing it again. And if you do now a retest from below, I think, and that retest flips the previous support for resistance, I think then you're going to head down further. So the momentum is gone at the moment here, at least. You can see here on the 4-hour chart as well that the RSI is back in the bearish range, and that the MACD is also turning bearish, and that is not a good sign for Terra Luna. It would though be in line with my primary expectations that we are coming down lower. The 8-hour chart as well, bearish. The MACD, the MACD is turning bearish again, so the negative momentum is increasing again. On the daily chart, also bearish crossover. So that's not a bullish sign. That is not a bullish sign. So we need to be careful here. And I've been telling you throughout that I do expect here lower prices that can even come down into my blue target range here at $33. Now that is still probably quite a bit of a distance away, and we talked about, even though I primarily expect the price to land in this area, because that is what the other cryptos are doing as well in terms of the Fibonacci retracement levels. This is where I expect the price to land, but nevertheless short-term trading opportunities are there and money can be made. Therefore also we talked about this bull flag here, which then essentially broke out and reached the target level, but in my view, what we're doing here on the Terra Luna chart is not a sustainable break to the upside. I did tell you about that on when Phantom tried to make a new all-time high, and Harmony won as well here end of December, January. And again, that worked out as well, and we moved lower, and nobody at the time believed that we would see these lower levels. I mean, nobody at the time believed that Phantom would come down to $1 again, or Harmony 1 to, can't remember where Harmony 1 is at the moment. I think, is it, yeah, I can't remember, 12 cents or something. So all of that worked out, and I think Terra Luna is going to work out as well. Of course, nobody has a crystal ball, but I told you, as long as we are above this ascending trend line, things are looking good. Yeah, and short term, bullish and short term, you are in an uptrend. The problem is now we're currently losing this ascending trend line. So I'd be a bit skeptical and would like to stand on the sidelines here a little bit to observe the price further, because it could really be that we're now retesting this former support as resistance, and then consequently are going to head further down. Yeah, and if we open here the EMA ribbon as well, the EMA ribbon on that chart, we can see that we lost here on the 4-hour chart now the EMA ribbon as well, and that is definitely not a positive sign. Yeah, so if that 4-hour candle closes below the EMA ribbon, also bearish sign. Yeah, so it needs to close here currently below below $90 basically, and that would be another bearish confirmation. On the 1-hour chart, we lost the EMA ribbon earlier today. On the daily chart, where are we there in terms of the EMA ribbon? We are still way above the EMA ribbon on the daily chart, okay, but the 4-hour lost it already, so that is not a good sign. So generally, I think we could see here currently a move from an uptrend into a downtrend, yeah, sort of a transition. And if you lose the current level here, where are the next key support levels? So we see that on the VPVR indicator. I think next main support would be here around $73. That is where we had previous support as well. That would also be sort of the lower range of the EMA ribbon. Plus here on the VPVR, you see increased volume. So after $73, you see here at $64, there is main support. And then if we lose that, around $56. All right, and that is my view here currently on Terra Luna. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.